A newly launched free mobile game developed in Charleston, Illinois, generates money to put an end to human trafficking. Spike Shot is believed to be a game the first of its kind. Money generated from ads go toward the fight against human trafficking.
When you play, traffickers pay, because we actually are able to take that money, give it to the people who are trained and skilled to go out and interact, restore those affected by trauma, and actually bring them back to a normal life again.
Money from the game goes toward the not-for-profit group All Things Possible, who work to put a stop to human trafficking globally.
Only 1% of human trafficking victim crimes are ever reported, and 1% or less of actual traffickers are ever caught or arrested. So there's this huge gap between what's happening and how to really deal with it. All Things Possible is founded by an international martial artist, pretty much dedicated his life to helping people. He's brought people around him. Some of the members on his team are former Delta Special Forces operators. That's what they do. So they train law enforcement. They help build the cases. Well, they will actually use their skill sets from military to track and monitor and build a case. Basically, they can turn the data over to local law enforcement and say, here's the person, here's where they're at, here's their schedule, here's their pattern.
Evan Kubasek is knowledgeable about the group. That's because Spike Shot is his brainchild.
I've traveled or worked and lived in about 20 countries over the years. Every country that I've been to, this is an issue. It's in our backyard. I know of stories specifically from around our area where someone was trafficked into Indianapolis. They were picked up somewhere here locally, they were taken to Indy, and then they were gone. And kids are getting solicited and groomed for 2 to 3 years before they ever kind of make the jump from home and leave. So our 12 to 13 to 14-year-olds are getting messages on their social media all the time.
Kubasek is an entrepreneurship and marketing professor at Eastern Illinois University. He says he had some time to kill during quarantine, so he hired a developer, built the mobile game, then recruited the help of the EIU Entrepreneurship Club.
It's a very unique opportunity because, a lot of the entrepreneurship classes teach you, how to be your own boss and, how to make money, but we don't really get a social component a lot of the times.
Josh Thor is the president of the Entrepreneurship Club. He says a part of that social component has been reaching out to campus groups, news media, and even celebrities to get the word out about Spike Shot. Graduating from EIU in December, Thor says this is the kind of project he's wanted to work on for a while.
The Entrepreneurship Club, when I first joined, it wasn't a whole lot other than meeting and just kind of talking with local entrepreneurs and just talking about business. And, when you're in a club, you want to do something more active, So the big thing last year when I became president of the club was I was talking to Evan about how I wanted to do something that we could do outside of every other Monday for an hour and a half or so of meeting. We talked about projects, but a lot of them fell through, especially since Corona happened. And then obviously when Corona happened, Evan had time to find this idea and figure it out. And once we got back together and we met on Zoom, it was just time for us to all be excited about doing something.
Kubasek says a portion of the money generated through the game will always go toward putting an end to human trafficking. But from now until January 1st, 100% of money generated will go toward All Things Possible.
Everyone agrees that human trafficking is bad, but no one knows what to do about it. Like, how can I just around this area do anything about it? And now everyone has a tool.